Hello everyone, welcome to this new lesson in writing. Today we are going to write a cause and effect article. Okay, so the title of our lesson for today is cause and effect, and it is how to write an article or essay using cause and effect method of development with work on a sample question. Yes, we are going to work on a question that is possible to be in the exam. Okay, so let's start with the definition of cause and effect essay or article. For now, we are not going to look at the difference between an essay or an article because the definition is not that clear for now. We will just focus on writing the same thing. If you want to mention, you can mention this is an article or this is an essay. That's the only difference you can make. But there is a difference. It's not time for that. So let's focus on writing in this form or in this method of development. So we can say that it is an article or essay in which we discuss either causes or effects of phenomenon or both, which means we can discuss only causes or effects, or sometimes both. We also discuss solutions at different times. Okay, so let's start with. So we have so many models of essays or articles when it comes to cause and effect. We have chosen today 5. We are going to work on one of them, but let's just know the 5 models first. So in this first model we have introduction with one paragraph, one small paragraph. It can be 2 sentences, etc., or 3, or depends. We have effect 1. We discuss one effect in one paragraph, one effect in the second paragraph, and one effect in the third paragraph. Then we end up with the conclusion. Okay, so which means this essay is, or this article is only about effects of a certain phenomenon. The second model is the following. It's only about causes. So we have introduction, cause 1, cause 2, cause 3. Okay, it depends again. We have just causes. Okay, then we move to model number 3. We have both causes and effects, but also we have solutions. So for paragraph 1 we have causes, paragraph 2 we have effects, and we have solutions for paragraph 3. Then we have conclusion and the introduction at the beginning. After that we have model number 4. It is we discuss causes and effects, and we only have 2 paragraphs in the middle, which means we have an introduction. After that we discuss causes in one paragraph or 2, depends, effects in one paragraph or 2, and then we end up with the conclusion. But I like it to keep it simple at this level. You just write introduction, then we have causes in one paragraph, effects in another paragraph, and conclusion in a very small paragraph. You can just restate what you have said in the introduction. Model number 5, we have introduction, one paragraph, effects in one paragraph, and solution in another paragraph. Then we have a conclusion. So this is the model that we are going to work on for today. Okay, so let's follow with me. First, this is our topic. Let's read the topic and try to understand it before we move on to work on it. Since December 2019, the world has witnessed the outbreak of a new virus, namely COVID-19. The virus started in China, then quickly traveled the whole world. It caused many devastating problems all over the world. Okay? Now, this is our topic, but what do we need to do? This is the assignment. Write an article to your school magazine. So we are going to write an article in which you describe the consequences. We are going to describe what? The consequences or the effects of this epidemic virus. Death of people, damage to the economy. These are just 2 examples. There are so many. You can work on so many. And how, this is the second part. So the first part is the consequences. The second part is how has Morocco worked to prevent the spread of the virus in the country. Okay, so this is just a small example. So we are going to start with the first step in writing. Okay, as you know, writing has 4 major steps. We are going to start with the first one and then we move on. So the first step is called brainstorming. Brainstorming is simply thinking, but we write down our ideas most of the time. There are people who do brainstorming and can remember, but for us it's better to write down our ideas. So these are some of the ideas I have brainstormed. A lot of people die, economy suffers, many people have no jobs, the borders close or the borders are closed, people stop traveling, people stuck in other places, people can't see their loved ones, confinement, people suffer inside their houses, some people can't find what to eat, children don't go to school, they don't play outside, hospitals are full of sick people, not much hospitals, not many doctors, distance learning, teachers give lessons from home, government give food, or the government gives food to poor. People help each other. So as you see, we have a lot of mistakes. I don't care about mistakes at this level. Don't think at this level about mistakes or grammar, etc. You just put down your ideas, okay? That's what is interesting, or that's what is important. After brainstorming, we need to have an outline. So this is the outline of our article. We will start with an introduction. Okay? We will start with an introduction. Then we have effects in one paragraph, solutions in another paragraph, and then we move to the conclusion. Okay? So this is how we are going to write our essay or article. Okay? Now we move to the introduction. So as you see, the introduction must have at least 2 important things. We must introduce the topic. That's what we did with a new epidemic virus has spread all over the world. We are introducing a new epidemic virus, and then we must have a thesis statement. And we have to be very careful with the thesis statement. Let's read this introduction first and then we will discuss the thesis statement. So, a new epidemic virus has spread all over the world. It started from Wuhan, China, then quickly it jumped to the whole world. The virus is known worldwide for COVID-19. The World Health Organization has considered this virus a global threat. It has many tremendous effects on the world, but our country has taken many preventive measures to stop it. Of course, there may be some mistakes in this introduction. We don't care about that for right now. We are just writing our first draft. Okay? But we have to consider certain things. The thesis statement. And one of the mistakes that I find students make all the time, or most of the time, is that they write a question. For example, in this case, some students will write, so what are the effects of this virus and how did Morocco work to prevent it? That's good, but this is not the thesis statement because we have statement in this. It's not question, it's statement. So as you see, the thesis statement will control everything we want to say in this article. It has many tremendous effects on the world. So we are going to discuss those tremendous effects on the world. But our country has taken many preventive measures to stop it. Preventive measures, which means solutions. So this essay or this article is about effects and solutions. Good job. Now we move to the first paragraph. It's about effects. Okay, so again, every paragraph must have certain elements. First, the topic sentence. the spread of coronavirus has caused to the world and our country to suffer from many problems. This is the topic sentence. We have the spread of coronavirus and we have to suffer from many problems, which means many effects. That's what we are going to discuss in this paragraph. Many effects, many problems. Firstly, secondly, thirdly. So as you see, we have linking words. We link between the first sentence and the next. Then we have all in all to speak about the concluding sentence. The virus has caused the world to suffer in all levels. So this is one way of writing about effects. Okay, but you can write about other things. And there is one important thing to say before we move on. I just stated few effects. You can state as many as you want, but it's better to keep things simple, clear, and so on. Okay, so this is the first paragraph. Now we move to the second paragraph. We have solutions, and again we have a topic sentence. We have supporting ideas 1, 2, and 3. Then we have concluding sentence. Our country, as happened in many countries all over the world, has taken many measures to fight the virus. First, the government has shut down the country's borders and restricted the movement of people between the cities and sensitized people to stay at home. Second, so look at here. First, second, third, there is consistency. We shouldn't change first another way. Third, we have to be consistent in what we use. So second, the state provided all the required equipment and buildings to deal with the sick people. Third, the country moved to distance learning and closed all the schools and universities. In other words, this is our concluding sentence. Our government did all that is possible to stop the spread of the virus. So here is a good paragraph. There are small mistakes. We can take care of that at the last stage when we edit or when we revise our article. Okay? Good. Now we move to the conclusion. To conclude, the world is witnessing a very serious problem with the outbreak of this virus. Luckily, our government has taken great measures to stop the virus from spreading. Therefore, new measures has to be taken to prevent this epidemic disease and be ready for the future ones. Okay? Good. So now, as you see, we have written everything we want, but we haven't finished yet. We need to edit. Okay? So after that we edit and revise our article, then we present it in the following form. So let's read it together and we try to revise. If there are still some mistakes, we need to revise them, because all the time you can revise 1 or 2 or 3 times before you present your paper to your teacher. So here is our article in its last stage after editing. So let's look at what did we change. A new pandemic. We changed epidemic to pandemic. Virus has spread all over the world. It started from Wuhan, China, then quickly jumped to the whole world. The virus is known worldwide for COVID-19. The World Health Organization has considered this virus a global threat. We removed the D and we add the T. It has many tremendous effects on the world, but our country has taken many preventive measures to stop it. For the second paragraph, not too much mistakes. We just changed caused to, we removed to, the world, and then we have of people have. Okay? Then we move to, again, we remove the epidemic and we remove of the virus because it's a repetition. Okay? And again, epidemic, pandemic. And look at the last paragraph. To conclude, the world has witnessed a very serious problem with the outbreak of this virus. Luckily, our government has taken great measures to stop the virus from spreading. Before new measures has to be taken to prevent this. Okay, new measures has to be taken to prevent this pandemic disease and be ready for the future ones. Okay, so here is our article. We have edited. Now we can present it to our teachers, or we can write it wherever we want. Okay, so I wish that you have got something from this lesson of today. If you still have some questions, you can still ask them at the comment section. And thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe and share if you haven't done that yet, and like our video. And